I live in a small town, like 10,000 people, and I took my kid to one of his friends' houses, and I took the wrong route. And to be honest with you, my freaking GPS took me into the cemetery.
Why are you using a GPS in a town of 10,000 people to get to a friend's of your kids?
I'm not confident with directions.
Wow.
And so it took me to the cemetery. But the cemetery, you can drive around in the cemetery. So I'm like, well, maybe there's a cut through. So I kept going. It was dark. And my son was like, Daddy, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, don't you tell anyone about this. Meanwhile, here I am talking about it on a podcast.
Oh, my.
Welcome to Bad Parents, a podcast about three bad parents who are trying to raise good kids. She's Shauna.
Hello.
He's Ryan.
What's up?
And I'm Johnny. A Tell It Like It Is podcast for parents to laugh, cry, and to make you feel better about your parenting.
Happy Valentine's Day from Bad Parents. Today's podcast is all about love. Whether you're celebrating as a family, as a couple, or as a single, ready to mingle. Turn the lights down low, light a candle, and let's get to it.
Welcome to the Bad Parents podcast. Love.
Love is in the air.
Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you.
Is that Facts of Life?
It's not. It's the Love Boat, man.
Oh, sorry. Makes more sense.
Take the good, take the bad.
So if I could...
Is that Webster?
I could...
Sorry.
I'd like to wish you both, you and yours, a very happy Valentine's Day. As today is Valentine's Day, the day of love, as they say. But it's, other things happen on this day. It's just not a day of love. I'll just give you one date before we get into it, because we're going to do some love stuff. We're going to do some
I would
fun
love to.
Can we just get into one thing? I'm going to give you a date. You tell me what happened on this date, okay?
All right.
February 14th, 2005. I'm just dropping it right there. Dropping it on both of you. What happened? The world was changed forever.
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
2005, man.
Oh, God. Was it some kind of storm?
No.
Blackout?
Something that
Y2K.
technologically
Stupid guesses.
is just it's a thing now.
iPhone.
Nope.
iPod.
Nope. You two
Oh.
use it all the time.
U2 the band? Guitars.
Guitars. Guitars.
Us
We
two.
use it all the time.
You two use it all the time.
Was that when you two put their music on the iPhone?
No.
She's saying it's us two. I think it's us two.
February 14th, 2005. YouTube launched. YouTube launched.
Wow.
That's
And do
it.
you think they picked Valentine's Day for a reason?
I don't know.
They were on a zoo, right?
That's it. Yeah.
He was at a zoo. The first ever video was like him at a zoo. The guy
I
who made it.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm here at a thing. We're posting this on YouTube or something like that. Yeah.
You're kidding. Look what
Pretty
it's
basic.
become.
Yeah. I know. There's
pretty big. 400 hours of content is uploaded every minute.
Holy.
That's it. And I wonder how many of those hours of content involve love.
I bet a lot.
Probably.
There's other websites I think I've visited more than YouTube for that. Just tips on love.
Did I have tube in it still?
Well, speaking of websites, may I, Johnny?
You may.
We get ourselves because this is bad parents. And so, yeah, we can talk about, the romance, whatever, but you can also talk about Valentine's Day as a family because there is 7 children amongst the 3 of us. And so, those days of like a romantic outing, is that right? Those days of a romantic outing is probably it's a bit more difficult, especially on a weekday.
It's tough.
So here are a couple ideas. And if you're listening to this, maybe you are a parent as well. And so you might have some ideas. Ways to celebrate Valentine's Day as a family, special Valentine's Day breakfast or meal together, in or out. And listen, you can goof on some of these if you think they're silly. I actually don't mind that one.
I think it'd be fun to get everyone cooking.
Yes. Maybe your kids make mom a pancake shaped like a heart.
That's cute. All right. I don't mind that.
I feel like it all depends when it falls. Like today, obviously, is a Wednesday. If it was like a weekend, like the breakfast thing I get, like a lot of people are busy in the morning, don't have time for pancakes, let alone heart-shaped pancakes. So I do like it, and I would take it more for the evening than I would the morning.
Okay.
Right. Maybe do that on the Sunday previous.
No.
Super Bowl Sunday, Valentine's Day.
Oh, no, you cannot mix anything with Super Bowl Sunday.
Did you guys ever take family pictures? Johnny does all the time. Take family pictures.
Yeah, not like for Christmas, and maybe the odd fall motif, but not Valentine's.
Why not?
I got an idea. You dress up as a cherub. What is it called?
Oh, the Cupid.
That's
Cupid.
the one. That's the one. You dress up a Cupid like a diaper and a sash or something like that.
Because I'm fat? And the cherub is cute and plump? Is that why?
No,
is that where your head went?
Because you're the most romantic one. That's why.
Yeah. Or, you know what? Get your little Jack to dress up like Cupid. That would be adorable.
Why don't people do that? I'd enjoy that more maybe than some of the more traditional ones. It's unique.
Because it's funny. I got a 9-year-old that gets like jealous. Like my wife is his girl. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And so I think it's so adorable, don't you?
Oh, my little guy's the same way. Yeah. And he takes shots at my husband all the time. When my husband's not romantic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The little one's right in there sweeping in and stealing my heart.
Oh, your eyes look so beautiful today, Mommy. That kind of stuff.
He calls me sugar plum sometimes.
I love it.
Yeah.
How about a Valentine's Day scavenger hunt?
Nope.
Not into
nothing.
that.
I hate scavenger hunts of any kind.
I love participating in them. I don't want to be the think tank for them. Do you know what I mean? If I'm showing up to a scavenger hunt, I'm 100% in. Ugh. Love scavenging.
Yuck.
Do I have to come up with it? Yes. Then I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
How about this one? It says random acts of kindness, and then it says spend some time spreading love in your neighborhood.
No.
But here's what. Okay, hear me out. What if you live in a neighborhood where, like, say there's a widower or something on the street that you're friendly with, right? That you say hi to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you need to be really kind to, on a special day like Valentine's Day, to maybe drop off some cupcakes or, some artwork from your children.
It's nice. I'm not going to do it, but I could see it being nice in a movie.
Because don't you find, I find myself
talk to you all the time.
Sometimes when I'm out and about with my family, older people whose maybe kids have grown up, they'll come over and say something once in a while, like,
I know.
Because there's memories of you're bringing them back. And then so someone doesn't have that, maybe it would be nice. Maybe it would hurt them. I don't know.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm just going to drop some real truth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I hate doing this on a podcast of love, but I lost my wife and I was a widower for a while. And these sort of days, I didn't want anything. So like, I didn't want it. So I would go like death plus time removed from situation probably equals a better turnout for what you want to do. If you're doing it like
that's widower math.
A year and a bit in, I'm probably going to I don't want to. Just let me do it.
I'm glad you shared that perspective because I do sometimes worry about that. Like, how do they even want?
I don't know. Point. Because I've also heard from single older people who have never been married on any situation, don't want anything to do with it. They just don't like it. They don't want it in their face. They don't want to watch the sappy commercial. They don't want it.
Yeah.
So
okay, good
I guess
point.
it's kind of got to be whatever.
And just to clarify, you have a wife now. I just want to say it was your first wife.
Yeah.
Different one. Yeah. What I love about you, spread some time showering your family with words of affirmation.
No.
Taking turns, going back and forth.
Oh my God, no.
Like in a circle?
Circle
like
jerk.
In an affirmation.
That is dumb.
You don't like circle jerks?
Not really.
Sorry, with your children.
No, I just meant
it's a weird term to use when you're talking about showering your children with fun words. Then use a term like circle jerk.
My kids call me that sometimes.
But they're jerks. And they would, like, can you imagine your kids saying nice things about each other? It would turn into terribleness. No, I would not want to do that.
Olivia says whenever Jack brings something home, like Artie from school, she always says, Jack, that art is so interesting.
Oh, boy.
How about this? Visit or acknowledge a departed loved one.
I don't.
I do that. Like visit.
Would you go to like a
tree?
I was picturing like a seance. I'm like, that's weird. A Valentine's Day seance.
Valentine's Ouija board.
That's what I was picturing.
No, like it's red. It's red.
Yeah.
And the little thing you do is a heart. Yeah. That's funny.
Grandma, did you love me? Yes or no? No, like go to like a cemetery or something like that. By the way, side note.
So go to a cemetery on Valentine's Day. Oh my God. I'm gonna go with a no.
So I live in a small town, like 10,000 people, and I took my kid to one of his friends' houses. And I took the wrong route. And to be honest with you, my freaking GPS took me into the cemetery.
Why are you using a GPS in a town of 10,000 people to get to a friend's of your kids?
I'm not confident with directions.
Wow.
And so it took me to the cemetery. But the cemetery, you can drive around in the cemetery. So I'm like, well, maybe there's a cut through. So I kept going. It was dark. And my son was like, Daddy, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, don't you tell anyone about this. Meanwhile, here I am talking about it on a podcast.
Oh my!
Yeah,
wow!
What else they got?
And there's houses like people live right. They back like you have a backyard and you have a cemetery.
I almost bought a house that backed onto a cemetery.
Like, is it weird? Like barbecuing and then looking and seeing?
No, it wouldn't bother me. My husband was very bothered.
What would be worse, living next to a regular human cemetery or a pet cemetery?
Either one's fine with me.
Yeah, because you have no real heart.
Right, and also think of how quiet the neighborhood would be.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Except
I love it
at night.
No problem.
My new favorite videos online are when Teslas go through cemeteries and they show like on the thing, like people walking in front of them.
What?
Like you have a screen. And if you're going to hit something, it'll be like, watch out, you're going to hit something.
Yeah.
It'll be nothing in front of them. But you see like...
Get the heck out of here.
It's the best.
Fake.
Whatever.
Watch a timeless classic. Would you watch a...
Is this still your list?
Yeah, would you watch a movie? Like you like to watch like Christmas... Oh, what's his name? Jimmy Stewart.
Come on, Mary, Lost through the Moon. But what Valentine's movies are there? Sleepless in Seattle or something?
Yeah, would you watch that?
No.
Engage in a family pastime. Reading, crafting, baking.
Who does that?
I would never do that.
Reading.
I read to my children. I know it's called bad parents, but holy crap. Like, we got to do some things for them, don't we? Like, jeez. Here's a statement. I like Reddit. Reddit to me is fun. It's funny. I learn a lot. And I think people are funny.
I agree with you.
That's why sometimes we do mailbag shows. Go to send in whatever at badparents@curiouscast.ca. And so somebody just put up a thread. Somebody named ambitious_pink put up a question that just says, hey, what's everyone doing on Valentine's Day?
I like that.
Doing, D-O-I-N.
Of course.
Keep it cash.
What's everyone doing on Valentine's Day? There is no period. There is no capitalization whatsoever. Just
no question mark?
That's it. Thinking of doing something with friends and need some ideas. That's the thread and asking to do whatever. So I propose, before I read some of these amazing comments, what people are doing on Valentine's Day, can I ask you that question?
Right.
What are you doing on Valentine's? Do you guys already have a plan? I'll let you know while you think about it. I have two very small children. If you listen to the podcast, you do know that, 5 and 3. Thank you very much. And they are going to their grandparents on the 17th. Not today. On Saturday, which in Canada, or at least in Ontario, is a family day long weekend. So we are going up to Casino Rama, which is a casino hotel resort complex north of the city of Toronto, where we work. And there is a Canadian musical icon named Kim Mitchell who's playing, and we're going to go see Kim. And that's what we're doing. We're going to go hotel, spa, pool, Kim, food, little getaway one night.
Sounds nice, Johnny.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
On Valentine's Day, right? You want to try and beat it?
Okay.
Here's my problem. My wife's birthday is February 12th.
So 2 days ago, what'd you do?
So the Saturday, went out for dinner.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So then, but that doesn't count.
Hold on. You went out the day before Super Bowl for your wife's dinner?
Because, yeah.
Okay, good. Was it busy? I don't know. Because obviously Super Bowl is crazy busy.
Right.
So like
on the Saturday night, I'll tell you right now.
Was it good?
High-end restaurant. High-end restaurant I've never been to. No.
So you left Acton?
Oh, yes.
Where you live?
Yes. It's a little quaint neighborhood around the corner from me. Very high-end restaurant.
Really?
That I very much can't afford. That I've never been to. She has. How she's gone without me, I don't know.
Ow.
Probably an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. For real?
How much was the bill?
I'm just going to say it was over 2.
Over 2? That's...
Yeah, with no kitties.
200 bones.
That's
bro.
not that much.
What are you talking about? So I'm really struggling now for tonight. You know what I mean?
It's got to be tough. I made fun of you, and we've talked about like the double present, the single present that spreads its wings over both days. That doesn't seem to fly. So I do, as much as I'd love to, like, hey,
yeah,
I feel bad for you, dude.
We had dinner Saturday. What about dessert time?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking sex. You know what? To be honest, I love her parents, but I blame them for having relations in like May to have their daughter born 2 days away.
They weren't thinking of you. And that's rude.
They weren't. Shauna,
No.
what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Not a fan of the day, so probably won't do much at all. We've got kids that are 10 and 16, so maybe like a dinner at home with the children. Like nothing romantic. Just it might be a family night.
Okay, we'll do the same.
If I could, for any teachers who are listening, like younger educational workers, you do a great job, and it really does mean a lot when like the kids bring home like whatever sort of Valentine's craft. Like I love it. So please. Your efforts go unnoticed.
It's so cute at that age. That's the only time I've really loved Valentine's is with the little ones.
And it's like, that's sort of like we have unconditional love for our children, and it really shows at time like a day like today where you're going to get something. They're so happy to give it to you because they love you so much, and it's maybe the most purest for younger children day of the year, at least for me.
Do they still do the bags with their Valentines? Because it seems to every year get less and less and less, where they put the brown paper bag on the desk and they collect them. But I've noticed in the last little bit, either they just said, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Or the kids have no interest in it anymore.
Yeah. I know there's a window there where like everyone has to get one.
Yes.
Like, you have to bring them in.
At least in Olivia's class, you have to write to my friend.
To my friend.
To my friend.
Oh,
to
Well,
my
you
friend,
can't
to my
write
friend.
like to Caleb.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That makes sure.
I believe so. I believe so.
But then they don't get what we get, like that harsh rejection at a young age to realize life isn't fair.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's when we all learned it back in the 80s was Valentine's Day.
Totally.
You'd look through that bag and there wouldn't be one from the one that you wanted.
Oh, for sure.
I often got one, and it was one from the teacher.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Thanks, Mr. Adams.
Do you remember in high school, at least in Ryan and I's high school, and I only because you remember scarring situations?
Yes.
At least in Ryan High School, we had something called candygrams.
Oh, boy.
Where people would go to like the student council office and be like, I want to give X person a candygram and you would pay money. And then the student council representatives would go around on Valentine's Day and deliver them to the class. And not discreetly deliver them to the class, but show up to the class and give them to the people who somebody else paid for in front of all the people who didn't get one.
That was the way it was done.
And I understand not everybody needs a ribbon. I understand that part.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably scarring to see everybody who you knew were going to get 30 of them.
Yeah.
I would have mortgaged my future.
Oh, Johnny.
That I knew who was getting them. Not one in my 4 years of high school before I decided just to leave. Don't have an education. And so like that's as well. So
would you have been happy though if you got one and then you opened it up and it said, "To my Valentine, love, Mom"?
Audrey?
Yeah, like she came into the school, she bought a
Interesting.
candygram and had it delivered.
Oh, that breaks my heart. I should have shared some of mine.
Coming from who just probably needed like an extra backpack that day to take them all home.
Want to hear a weird story? When I used to supply teach, I used to get candygrams.
Now that's weird.
I know.
From other teachers?
No.
Yikes.
What did you do?
It was high school.
No.
What did you do?
Incriminating
I
evidence.
felt bad. I felt embarrassed,
Oh,
but I would
totally.
get like they did. I was a supply teacher one day at Valentine's, and they did roses. And I got roses.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah. I'm sure it was a gag. When I think back, it was probably some kid, but awkward situation, right? Getting the supply teacher some roses. So, maybe it's good they don't do those things anymore.
Yeah, maybe you're
think
right.
So back to ambitious_pink. What's everyone doing on Valentine's Day? This one here, Dirty Dreb responded with, I'm a prob, do something chill, like have a panic attack induced thought loop on whether my inability to express my true feelings to the people I love will lead to a life of regret and loneliness. That or catch up on my reading.
If that doesn't scream millennial, I don't know what does.
I have a midterm. That's unfortunate.
Oh.
Somebody else is going to say Galentines because I'm single as
Galentines.
I hate Galentines.
Oh, is that when you hang out with girls?
Yeah.
Your girlfriends?
Yeah, I don't have any. That's why I'm just sad.
What would guys do? Valentine's Day?
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Go ice fishing
fine.
or something?
somebody's just going to masturbate. Somebody's just going to responded.
Whoa.
Take a midterm and then I'm going
Ryan's
to
like, well, yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah. It would be ironic if it's the one day I don't.
take a midterm and after I'm going to contemplate on all my insecurities and loneliness.
Oh.
Resisting the urge to text all my failed situationships in a last-ditch effort not to spend another Valentine's Day alone.
Wow. This is depressing.
Do you think many people go back to the old Rolodex or the old Black Book and go to exes?
Maybe you have a deal, right? Maybe, did you ever have to deal with anyone like a high school and say like, listen, if we're 25 and we're not with anyone, do you want to just hook up because we get along?
Might be nice to have that on Valentine's. What did you read?
So we just said that's chest and back day for me. So Valentine's Day, just go to the gym, work out, do the chest and back.
Love it.
And somebody just, I don't know why, spending quality time with your mother.
Hey, that's all right.
No, with like, he's saying spending quality time with your mother, like he's going to bang. I don't know.
funny.
I just find that fun.
What about like...
somebody just said instead of Palentines, it's called Malentines.
Malentine.
No, Palentines.
Yeah,
pals,
way
right?
better.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think, though, like it's that age-old argument that if you were single and you went out to a bar or a pub or whatever, and there was women there, that they're single too?
Yeah.
Like, isn't it... Like,
How come it doesn't see? It's always about the couples, but why isn't it a good day to find love?
Like, it absolutely, because if you go out and you see couples, they're a couple. You see a single girl or a single guy, they're single.
Yeah.
Somehow just leave it with this. What are you doing on Valentine's? Hopefully you're doing something amazing.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing something great with your kids or whatever, because hopefully tonight will be special with my kids. But for Nico, who responded to, what are you doing on Valentine's Day? Again, another guy who's going to the gym. Chest and back, so when I'm sore at night, I could pretend she's holding me.
Oh,
So this is the Bad Parents podcast. We're always talking about our children, but it's always amazing when we actually get to bring our kids onto the podcast. And we did in this segment, we were given homework to go home and talk about how our kids say super innocent pickup lines. And just like, their sweet little voices are just amazing. And you guys did an amazing job and I can't wait to play them. Both of my kids don't know how to read, or kind of like I can tell them what to say and it's like broken telephone. They'll just say something about like, I don't know, like a giraffe.
Or poopy.
Or poopy.
Which is weird considering they're in grade 9, but
it's very odd. And I've had to talk to guidance counselors. So I asked Olivia what Valentine's Day means to her.
Because it's called spending love with your whole entire family and making cards for other people.
So that's what Valentine's Day is to her.
Your ovaries must be swollen right now.
Give her to me.
Well, you're going to see her. We are going away. So if you can. So then I asked Jack, and you're going to hear me ask Jack, because right off the top, he just does something that I think is so hilarious. So this is my son, Jack, when I asked him this. Jack, why do you like Valentine's Day?
Because I like my whole family, because I do all the things, and I go to sumo, and I go to Grandpa Joe's house.
Grandpa Joe's house?
Grandpa Joe's.
What was the first thing he goes to?
So I know school. He goes to school, but I'm just like it's almost like I surprised him because I was like, Jack.
You know what you reminded me of? Like an old man napping.
Yes.
Right? On the couch, the old man, he's got his hat over his head, newspaper on his chest. You're like, Gramps, huh?
Yeah, I was like, Jack. Like I'm bothering him. Like he's so entrenched into the newspaper. Right, Jack. Sorry to bother you.
I love it.
So let's start with Shauna's youngest boy.
Yeah. Well, this makes me miss it because that's such innocent times. And the reason my son has been coming up to me and testing out pickup lines. He's only 10.
I love it.
So I don't know where he's getting them from.
Eli likes the ladies.
Oh, he certainly does. So he had a few pickup lines that he wanted to test out.
Hey, is your mom an artist? Because she made a masterpiece.
Smooth.
That would work, right? And it's innocent. It's adorable.
He's in grade 5.
He's in grade 5.
Like he's not only complimenting you, but he's also complimenting your mom. Like he's getting in with the family early. That's a real smart move. Mm-hmm. Next one.
Is your name Google? Because you're everything I'm searching for.
So he's a kid of the current times.
I like that.
Right? He didn't say, is your name Ask Jeeves? He knows it's current. He knows it's Google.
Hey, is your name in the encyclopedia? Like he really
is current.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
if you were a vegetable, you would be a cucumber.
See?
Cucumber.
He hits the T hard, so it's not like, she's like, why do you call me a cucumber?
May I just say how irritated I was with my husband during this whole process of recording? I'm like, he didn't get that one. He sounds like you're saying cucumber. I'm like, but Mike, it's obviously, do it again. Do it again. I'm like, this is why. Like, luckily, the little guy takes after me with his soft little approach. Because, like, it sounds like you're saying, why would you want to be a cucumber?
Is Mike going to go to the bar? Is he going to go to the bars with Eli?
Oh, man.
Helicopter dad, just make sure, here, my son just wants to go out with you.
Oh, man. Okay, what's the next one?
Are you a parking ticket? Because you got fine written all over you.
That's my favorite.
Let's go.
That's fantastic.
You can add us badparents@curiouscast.ca and let us know, would any of these have worked on you?
Yeah, picture yourself being in grade 5 and cute little Eli with long hair, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He's got sty.
Is he also not a starting pitcher for the
Hamilton Cardinals? That's right. Goalie for the Beverly Bandits.
He's essentially Bo Jackson.
Essentially is. He's a 2-sport wonder.
That's right.
And also got away with the words.
My turn? All right. So this is my year younger, grade 4.
Little protege. Eli's protege.
So he's looking up. I said, listen, Eli came and brought the heat.
Yes.
I said, he's going to go to the schoolyard and all the little girls are going to be around Eli because he plays 2 sports and you don't. But you've got long, dark hair and you're charming and you got cute little cheeks.
Oh, he's adorable.
Let's see what you can do. His name is Drew in grade 4. Let's go, son.
Excuse me, do you have a map? Because I just got lost in your eyes.
I like it, but now looking back, a kid wouldn't know what a map is. We're going to have to scrap that one.
Yeah, that's old school.
That's on Dad.
Yeah.
I fed him the lines. And I was thinking Ryan in grade 4 in 1982, and that would have killed.
It's a real quick Google Maps fix, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Google Maps.
Like he might as well said, hey, do you want to go see Don Rickles tonight?
As somebody
it's going to pick up the older ladies with it.
That's right.
Who is entrenched in the collecting culture, I have a collection. This one here, I loved.
If you were a Transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine.
Oh,
It hits on so many levels.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
And he really kind of gives that, what was his name? Barry White? Is that his name?
Singer.
The singer?
Yeah.
You know, like you got to really, fine.
Yeah. I like his delivery.
I like this.
Optimus Fine. Fine.
Borderline creepy.
Little bit
I am
looking
his
in
dad.
the window.
Listen. If we're talking to Drew in 45 years from now and he's still
Fine.
then yeah, it's creepy. You know, it's all right for him. It's
Yeah.
all right for him.
We have another one?
I do.
You know what you look really beautiful in? My arms.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is that skipping right to second base?
Yeah, he doesn't screw around. He's a Parker.
Yeah.
I love it.
And there's one more, right?
There is. You want me to rock them back to back?
No, it's okay. I just want to say what happened was I have 3 sons, and my 15-year-old was in another room doing his thing. My 12-year-old, almost 13-year-old, saw what was going down recording my little guy, and I picture this in a few years when we're at the bar. Because Rory's like, I got one, Dad. So he comes over, and he just tries to, block his brother. This is the future. This is my life, having 3 sons.
So this is the last one from your youngest one.
Oh, okay.
Your hand looks heavy. Can I hold it for you?
Yeah.
Love it.
I love it.
His older brother says, hold my apple juice.
Hey, ignore that guy. I'm Drew's older brother, Rory. And if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
Oh,
I'll tell you,
high level language too.
Yeah,
Very high level linguistics.
The Parker boys are trouble.
They're trouble.
The Parker boys are heartbreakers and heart makers.
What the worst part is with having
Brothers.
brothers
That means
is that like I can also see an older brother not actually really interested in the girl, but just doesn't
Of course.
want the brother to get him.
They do that with grilled cheeses.
Right? Yes, absolutely. Now I think about it, my brother and I never competed for girls.
No?
My brother's
you're so below your brother.
2 years. He's 2 years older.
What do you mean below his brother?
Ryan's brother's very good looking.
He's tall. He's got hair.
Yeah. Very real.
Excuse
Yeah.
me?
Oh yeah.
I have
Yeah.
not seen any photos.
It's basically like Twins, the movie Twins.
I'm Danny DeVito. In case you weren't sure.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had to say that out. So
That's got to be an interesting. So we never had that issue, but
Yeah.
I got to think sisters probably too. But I feel like brothers competing for girls, especially if you're within a certain window of the same age.
Yeah.
Because it would really suck if you're like in high school and you're in, you bring home you're in grade 10.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she sees your grade 12 brother.
Yes.
Right? You know how it is.
Yes,
He's got a
of
driver's license.
course.
Maybe he's got a Jeep YJ.
Well, even as a girl that had like a boyfriend, I always liked the older brother of the boyfriend, right? Because he was him, but better. He was him, but older. Him with a car.
He's got a car. Maybe he works at Harvey's.
Right.
And maybe your boyfriend still has a paper route.
Yeah.
Tough to compete, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't wait
Oh
for the
my
future.
gosh, you've got quite a future ahead of you.
Yeah.
So if you're looking maybe to go out and you're single on Valentine's Day, please, if you wouldn't mind, use any one of those that you would like. One of those pickup lines, please go and use them and have yourself a wonderful Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. You can at all the podcast forums that where they have podcasts, whether it's Spotify or it's Apple Music. Thank you so much. If you have any ideas, please, if you wouldn't mind, badparents@curiouscast.ca. My name is John Garbett.
I'm Shauna.
I'm Ryan Parker. I just did it like you.
Yeah, and this has been all together now. 3, 2, 1.
Bad parents.